ChatGPT plugins, they are good, except when they suck. And a lot of them do. There's over 800 of them on there now. And I went through all of them. Wasn't fun. But without further ado, here are the 11 plugins that are most helpful for accountants right now. Stick around to the end. I'm gonna share a wild hack that makes them all even better. Woohoo! Now, if you haven't used plugins before, you have to be a ChatGPT Plus subscriber. That is the $20 a month plan that gets you access to GPT-4 and all that. When you're doing a new conversation, all you do, rather than be on default, come down to plugins and select the plugin you wanna chat with. Now up first, Web Pilot. This connects ChatGPT to the internet. It'll search for stuff. You can provide it with any number of URLs, even PDFs. Now, I shared on my newsletter last week a research prompt that I use that leverages chain of thought prompting to make responses more accurate. It's actually the same method of prompting that yielded a 20-point higher score on the CPA exam. I'll put a link to that research prompt in the video description and a prompt that is specific to tax research that'll even let you download a work paper of what it returns. Vox Script. Now, let's say you watch a video like this and you're like, what was that one specific thing that he mentioned? I use Vox Script to chat with video transcripts. I'll show you how easy this is. I'm gonna go to my recent video that was kind of my new tech roundup for the year. I'm gonna grab a link and come back over to ChatGPT, enable Vox Script, and say, what was that thing he mentioned about clown wrestling? Paste in the URL of the video. It's gonna go out, pull the transcript, and make your wildest dreams come true. It appears the mention of interdimensional clown wrestling in this video is brief and not elaborated on in detail. Here's the exact mention from the video description. Cool. So it actually linked out to the thing that I mentioned. And that was actually from the video description, not even from the transcript. Lucid. Now, oftentimes I gotta whip together a little diagram to show like an entity chart, like how those companies are related or an org chart or something like that. Lucid is a super simple way to do just that. So I'm gonna select Lucid. Give me a related entity diagram that shows G-Wagon LLC owns 100% of Ski Chalet Inc. and Great Idea Crut. Great Idea Crut also owns 50% of Suit Embroidery LLC, along with TikTok Tax Pro LLP. So it gives me a little bullet point list of what I just described. That looks correct. Look at that. Isn't that nice? We got G-Wagon at the top, and it pulled in the correct ownership for Suit Embroidery LLC. Nice thing here, you can actually click through the link and manually modify it in Lucidchart if you have a Lucidchart account. Now, the world doesn't need another loan calculator, but what I like about the CreditYelp plugin is it allows for downstream loan modifications with natural language. I'll show you an example. I'm gonna select the CreditYelp plugin. Give me a 30-year AM on a 100K loan with monthly payments, 5.5%, origination date of August 6th, first payment date of October 1st, based on a loan amount of 100 grand, blah, blah, blah. And then it'll actually give you the full amortization schedule for the first 36 months. Now, let's say I wanna make a change here. An extra 5K was paid in on the 9th month. Update the amortization schedule accordingly and give it to me in a format I can copy and paste into Excel. Just gonna make those updates. And there's the additional amount paid on month 9. Now, another thing to think about now is recently they added the ability to share conversations. So you can actually save a link to this conversation, share it with a client, park it in a work paper file, something like that. If you do that, just don't put any business, personal specific stuff in there. Now, oftentimes in situations like that, you'll end up with a CSV. And now there is a plugin specifically for creating CSVs, not just the text of them, but actually the file. So I'm gonna select CSV Creator, create a CSV of this data, name, favorite, color, speed. Just like that, I got a little CSV file I can actually click on and download. But what if I need a Word file? Same thing, you can also use a docx maker. Same thing here, I'm gonna say create a Word file with a table of the following data. It's gonna link out to kind of a preview of the doc. You'll notice it even put it in a table like I asked. And then you can just download it in Word format, download it in PDF, no sign up, no payment required. Here's a winner, DoorDash, because I'm a real tub. Now, Avalara, as in the sales tax company Avalara, has a plugin. Check this out. We'll select Avalara. I'm gonna say I have a retail business in Denver, Colorado, and I'm delivering the goods to Fort Collins. What sales tax do I need to collect? I need the specific address, that is the street address in Fort Collins, Colorado. Can you provide that? Or a nearby landmark? It's by the McDonald's. Okay, not specific enough. All right, I'm gonna drop in the street address of the assessor's office. That will be the delivery address. Here's the total sales tax you need to collect. Breaks it out by state, county, and city. Pretty cool. Now, technical question. Should I be collecting sales tax in Colorado based on the purchase location or delivery destination? In Colorado, sales tax generally based on the destination of goods, which is correct, but notice, see how there's no Avalara thing up here? On this previous step, you had an Avalara step. That means it just pulled from its general knowledge. And that's something to look out for when you're using plugins. If you want that information to come from the plugin and not the model's general knowledge, make sure that you see that little icon that it actually asked the plugin. In this case, it didn't. So all that is to say here, it looks like Avalara will give you the tax rates, but not technical information. This one's interesting, Invoice Pilot. It'll let you generate invoices according to specific requirements of what needs to go into the invoice. So here you see it asks for these following details. A bunch of them are optional. Now why I like this is I could potentially give access to someone to generate invoices this way that didn't have access to the accounting ledger. And that person can build it with natural language. They can start by saying, I need to send an invoice to Jim for $100, and it will tell you all the stuff that you need to provide, all the additional information, the product lines, all that. Now today, this doesn't connect to any accounting ledgers, but I suspect we will see this pretty soon. A version of this that's connected to QuickBooks, for example, that would be pretty cool. In fact, some of your clients may actually prefer invoicing this way, especially as we now have ChatGPT on really good Android and iOS apps. So I like how this could open up access. Now, as an accountant, you know you're gonna have your good days and your bad days. Check this one out, message in a bottle. Pretty straightforward. You can send messages, plop that bottle right in the ocean, or retrieve somebody else's bottle. Hear me out. I wanna send the message, you will find fulfillment and happiness in a career in accounting. Just doing my part. With a gentle smile, I take your words of encouragement, carefully inscribe them onto a piece of parchment. I seal the message in a bottle adorned with intricate designs. With a graceful motion, I cast the bottle into the vast sea, watching it dance upon the waves. The message is now afloat, and who knows whose hands it may reach. Would you like to do anything else? Let's retrieve a message. Give me a bottle. I wander to the shore of the digital ocean. I carefully pick up a bottle. I uncork it. Ooh. My name is Sandeep Katura. I need $3 billion US. Can you help me? Okay. Well, last, ever heard of the service Clearbit? It is a service used to creep on people online. Every one of your software vendors are using it. You basically pop in an email address and it says, here's everything that we know about this person. And it's actually pretty useful, especially when it comes to getting new leads in, rounding up a bit of background information. So for example, I'm gonna select Clearbit. Tell me what you know about the accountant from. Says couldn't find anything, but if you have an email address, let's pop an email in there. This is the email address of the person that we're looking to gather info about. Bingo. Full name, location, LinkedIn profile, role, seniority, company info, address, website, logo, description, industry tags, number of employees, estimated annual revenue, technologies used. Woo! If you run an accounting firm, I think this is probably most helpful through the lens of getting new leads into the website and just getting some general information about what this person does. Now, I teased a hack to make all of these plugins even better. But first, I gotta do an ad read to pay for these hair plugs. So remember in college, when they were accounting is T accounts, and then you graduated and quickly realized that accounting is actually just relentlessly hounding people to get them to give you the information that you need to do your job. Here's the thing. These days, being a triple black belt accountant in this environment comes down to how efficiently you can request and organize the information you need to track down. And today's sponsor, CoPilot, they got a platform that, oh baby, it's gonna make you more productive. It is a super flexible portal for working with clients, your vendors, even your fellow team members to build out your own custom way to gather that information and keep yourself organized. Now, this isn't one of those super opinionated portals. It's gonna tell you exactly how to do all your work. It handles a bunch of stuff like messaging and billing and files. But above all else, it is going to give you the canvas upon which you can paint your productivity enabling dreams. That was good. Was that too good to give away? They give you all the tools you need to productively work with your Muggle colleagues. Even have a bunch of built-in automation stuff to not only get that info, but then automate what happens with it. Heck, you can even use their API or their custom Zapier integrations to do some stuff in your workflows with GPT. Kind of like what we're talking about today, huh? Not bad. Learn more about CoPilot at the link in the video description. Now, enough teasing. Onto my tippity top plugin tip. Did you realize that you can stack plugins? You're darn tootin' you can. You can stack simultaneously up to 3 plugins at a time in a conversation. How about, I don't know, Clearbit plus web browsing plus export to CSV. Get all the goodies about that person or several people, save it in a structured way. How about Invoice CoPilot and then export to a CSV? We can import those invoices into your accounting software. Web Pilot to do some research like we talked about and then save it to a docx as a work paper. How about CreditYelp plus CSV export to download that loan schedule you just made? You get the idea. right? Now, all this begs the question, what is your stack, bro? Love to see it. Post it in the comments below, or just post an emoji in the comments, because it is good for the YouTube algorithm. Now, if you're still just getting started with ChatGPT, I've got a 3-part series on how to hustle ChatGPT for accountants. Share it with your team, share it with your mom, because if this all just really is a simulation, then I want to be able to play it the best that I can. Level 99 Ledger Lord, level 86 Forecast Shaman, level 93 Tax Bard. I don't know anything about MMOs.